Florida campaign to legalize medical marijuana home cultivation hopes to gather 1 million signatures at dispensaries by January. Amid a push to legalize adult use cannabis in Florida through a ballot measure next year, activists in the state are working to qualify a separate initiative that would finally give medical marijuana patients and their caretakers the ability to grow the plant at home. Signature gathering kicked off last month and is now underway, with petitions available both online and at a number of medical marijuana dispensaries and clinics across the state. We have petitions in each of the dispensary locations, Josephine Krill, who handles physician and community relations for the Flowery dispensaries, told Marijuana Moment on a phone call from outside the company's Clearwater location, one of 5 facilities across the state. I literally just left the dispensary and I've got a big old stack of completed petitions. In addition to retailers, a number of referring clinicians have also begun hosting the signature gathering petitions. Dozens more dispensaries are set to make the petitions available later this month. Yes, we will be carrying the petitions in our store, said Sam Schwartz, Vice President of Public Affairs and Corporate Impact at Parallel, a multi-state company that operates 45 dispensaries in Florida under the Sotera Wellness brand. We are currently working through the legal and regulatory requirements for gathering signatures and hope to have them finalized in the next couple of weeks. Advocates announced the home grow measure more than a year ago, explaining that it was intended to run parallel to an industry-backed initiative to legalize marijuana for adults. Home cultivation would remain illegal under that proposal. The separate home grow initiative would apply to those only enrolled in the state's medical marijuana program. It would allow patients or caretakers 21 and older to plant, tend, and harvest cannabis for medical use. Cultivation would need to take place in the grower's home and be conducted in an enclosed, lockable area where marijuana is not visible to nor accessible by the public. Now, organizers are prepping to turn in their first batch of voter signatures to state officials. Volunteers have been picking up signatures to turn in, said Moira Barnhart of Wise and Free Florida, the organization behind the effort. She added that the campaign is waiting on its affidavit and undue burden to be approved, which would exempt the campaign from having to pay the state to verify collected signatures. By January, we hope to get 1 million signatures in. That's the big goal. It will be a bit of a scramble to gather more than 890,000 valid voter signatures needed to qualify the prospective ballot measure ahead of the state's deadline early next year. But Barnhart told Marijuana Moment in an interview last month that if we have 200 locations statewide getting 1,000 signatures a month, we'll have 1 million by the end of the year. Even though I know it's not exactly as cut and dry as it sounds, it keeps me going and it keeps me motivated, she said, adding that with adult use legalization looming, the measure is intended to make the medical program robust enough to withstand legalization. Barnhart is a longtime advocate for cannabis reform in Florida. She's a founding member of the Florida chapter of Women Grow, co-founder of the nonprofit Cannamoms, and co-founder and executive director of the advocacy group Wise Florida, which is affiliated with the Wise and Free Florida campaign. She said she believes patients and consumers broadly support the right to grow marijuana for personal use, but she doesn't expect lawmakers to adopt the change themselves. The Home Cultivation Initiative is going to a voter petition because we saw that Tallahassee was least likely to move on this issue. Lawmakers were more interested, she said, in passing a medical marijuana telehealth bill and other modifications to existing state law. The message that I keep trying to get across is everybody is necessary. If you have a local dispensary or physician's office that's engaged in cannabis, ask them to carry it. It's a matter of just printing it out and putting it on your counter. Those who download the petition online will need to print and submit a physical copy of the document. Campaign organizers are relying on volunteers to keep costs down. Wise and Free Florida has so far collected only $4,010 in campaign contributions, according to the Florida Department State Elections Division. Also vying for next year's ballot is a far better financed initiative campaign, that of Smart and Safe Florida. The measure would legalize and regulate cannabis for adult use, 21 and older, but it would not legalize home cultivation. The ballot question is backed by Trulieve, estimated to be the country's second largest multi-state cannabis operator with more than 180 dispensaries nationwide. Of those, 126 are in Florida. Of the more than $39 million raised by the campaign so far, all but $124.58 comes from Trulieve. Trulieve has indicated to Wise and Free Florida that the company would carry the home grow petition in its dispensaries, but it's not clear that's actually happening. the company did not reply to multiple messages sent to company executives and communication staff by Marijuana Moment over the past week. More than a year ago, a True Leaf spokesperson told Marijuana Moment that the company was giving a big thumbs up to Barnhart's initiative and said that it liked the idea of letting voters decide on a home grow option. I applaud these folks. I applaud dispensaries getting behind it. I hope True Leaf is true to their word and actually also getting behind it. I do wish they were raising a bit more money because I think if this woman is waiting on 1,000 signatures per dispensary per month, I think she's going to be waiting a long time to get to 1 million. So they need to put some real money behind this if they want to actually get out and get voters to sign these petitions. This is Gretchen for High at 9 News.
I don't know why Curaleaf would support it. It brings people away from the dispensary, right? Not
True
to
Leaf.
the dispensary.
True Leaf.
Or True Leaf.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I think it's silly, and frankly, for anyone to make the argument that home grow is going to take away from dispensary sales. I mean, that's just nuts.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree with
difficult
that
to grow
rationale.
at home. It's hard to do. Most people can't do it, and most people won't do it. But those who do want to do it and can do it certainly takes away from dispensary traffic.
But shout out to. Go ahead. Simon.
I was gonna say, forget about all these arguments. This is America. This is about individual liberty. It's like if we're not allowed to grow our own tomatoes because it takes away from the tomato farmers, this is nuts, right? It's nuts. It's not even an argument. What are we talking about? It's grow your own shit if you want to. But most people we know just don't want to do that. They want to have something easy, but it's like, why is this even a conversation? It's like it's a must. This is America still. This is the USA that my parents came to. So that's what I think is this is just nuts for them to even be debating this. But it's my 2 cents.
You know why I really like this initiative is because it only allows you to cultivate home grow indoor. So that means that all the people that are cultivating using this to have their home grows, then it's going to be better quality because it's all grown indoors.
Where are you getting that it's only indoor?
Because you have to have it in the compartment. It has to be, you know what I mean? That's indoor grow.
No. It just has to be locked behind a gate from the public. You could grow this outside.
I don't know.
Oh, Jason,
can you reread the requirements? Can you reread the requirements then, Gretchen? I want to hear this again.
Hold on.
All right. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Cultivation would need to take place in the grower's home and be conducted in an enclosed, lockable area.
In the grower's home. In the grower's home means indoors.
Now, hold on.
Enclosed.
No, wait.
It doesn't say on the it doesn't say on the property. It says in the home. Just saying.
Can I finish speaking, you son of a bitch? It has to take place in the grower's home is not
means
in
indoors.
The exact language. The exact language is conducted in an enclosed, lockable area where marijuana is not visible nor accessible by the public. My reading of this is that it could be grown behind a locked gate, not visible to the public. I don't think this means it has to be physically inside a building. If you want to go by that definition, then hire Jason Beck as your next attorney.
You
go
should.
for it, people.
You should hire me as your next attorney.
Beck.
Yes.
That's right. SOBESQ. SOBESQ.
Yeah. Beck and Co. here for you.
No, that's correct, Gretchen. You can grow it outside. You just can't be in public view. And that's like, since the beginning of all the medical regs in Colorado, there was a lot of debates on whether it was okay to grow it in your property if it was visible to your neighbors, and there was definitely been some rulings on that. But if it's in public view, they could come and they can mess with you. So just be smart, put it in a greenhouse.
To me, Jason, that language would come more from perhaps like the caregiver model, and that's why they're saying it has to be in the grower's home. It can't be a caretaker growing it for them somewhere else and then bring it to them. That is what I'm taking away from this.
Well, your takeaway is interesting. It's very, very interesting, and I'm taking it away.
I'm sure is a lot brighter than yours.
I don't think so. I do not think so. You can try to go hard, but the reality is reality, Gretchen.
Indoor booth loving,
Indoor.
Dispensary hater. You suck.
Indoor weed is better. It just is. Okay.
It just is.
You're crazy.
Honestly, whatever.
I want to do a poll.
You want to do a poll? You love a
How about
poll?
we do a
On
Pepsi
indoor
Coke? How about we
versus
do?
outdoor.
I
How about we
think
do a Pepsi Coke challenge, Gretchen? How about we sit there and we give you joints to smoke and you tell us which one you like
I
the
don't know
most?
shit.
No, yeah, you. No, you.
That's
I want
the
you to do
point.
it.
You
I
don't
yeah,
want
know
you to
exactly,
do it.
exactly,
How do you know
Gretchen.
which
You
is
just
better?
you just answered our whole question for us.
However, I would love a poll, Jason Beck, of our folks, if they prefer indoor to outdoor.
If you would love a poll, indoor versus outdoor poll.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. You know which one I'm voting for already.
I know, but you're generally wrong. So let's
I'm
see
never
what,
wrong.
Let's see what
All right.
the listeners have to say. I would love to know.
I'm
Are you scared of what the listeners have to say?
I'm never scared of what the listeners have to say, but sometimes they're wrong.
The listeners in Humboldt will choose outdoor. The
Of course they
listeners
will.
everywhere else will choose indoor.
Exactly. Come on, all my indoor people. You know what time it is. You know indoor is far superior
Come
to
on,
outdoor
Chemo,
weed.
where you at, baby? Come on.
Chemo is not voting for outdoor weed. Stop the cap.
Stop it.
Oh man, you guys, we're gonna watch
That's all
this
I
thing.
got. But this chick, they need to get their butts in gear if they really want 1 million signatures by the end of the year. Good luck with that.
I don't see how they're gonna get these 1,000 signatures a month from these dispensaries. I think this is a flawed plan. I just don't see it that that's the average
Well,
of.
there's over 30 million people in Florida, so
But
all they got to do is go to the old age homes.
I get it, but
and
you
get
need
everybody's signatures.
1,000 registered voters
Yes.
walking into these dispensaries. I don't
Exactly.
think they're getting that.
I don't think they're going to get that either. I'm with you, Gretchen. I don't think they're going to get it. I think they're going to come up
They
short.
need to go, like
They
you
need to
say,
go to
Todd, They
Publix.
need to go elsewhere.
Yeah, they need to
They
go to
definitely need
Publix.
to go
They need to go
elsewhere,
to they need to go to all of these other places where you're just going to find average regular voters.
That's going to be over at that side table in the True Leaf dispensaries, right? They're not going to.
Yeah,
have
True Leaf is
sign.
not going to participate in this. I'm not buying that they're going to participate in this at all. Why?
They gain nothing.
Exactly. They gain
Yeah.
nothing. Exactly.
Good PR.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little PR, and they gain, respect from the fellow cannabis community if they're supporting this initiative.
No one's going to
That's why
start
I think it's
respecting
all
True
political
Leaf
for
that
them.
doesn't.
It's not. They don't.
Who cares if it's political? I don't care as long as they're helping the effort.
Oh, and it looks
Yeah,
like
but-
indoor poll.
But are they?
Looks like
I
indoor
haven't
poll.
voted yet.
poll.
I haven't voted yet. The polls. We
You're-
got till the end of the hour.
You're a
Simmer
late
down there,
voter.
Chief.
No, that's not how it works. You can't just like.
Oh, you're gonna end the poll in 30 seconds so you can get the result you want. Let's see how this is. This is absolutely a Trump poll.
Oh, you want us to leave the poll up till 8 p.m. or something, Gretchen?
No, just keep it up till the end of the show. End of the show. That's all I'm asking.